What's up guys, I'm back doing some more Lego building. So as I mentioned in the first build log episode of my gunship was part of a much bigger mock that was then part of a much bigger project, and due to the nature of the project I couldn't really disclose a lot of details. But today we're going to be getting hopefully a good start on the mock that gunship then goes into, the Diorama Build. And a Diorama Build really is something that I haven't done in a pretty long time, like a 2 to 3 year or more span of time that I haven't built, just like terrain, or at least a big plot of terrain, and then buildings on top of that, and all that sort of stuff. So this is definitely going to be some familiar but also sort of very unfamiliar territory, because people have gotten much better at building terrain in just that short period of time, and I don't want to be super far behind them. So hopefully I can take you sort of on that journey and see what things I'm sort of picking up when I'm trying to build this terrain, and then the building on top of that. And that building is basically going to be a temple. I have a couple sketches for what I think the temple is going to look like, and what I want it to look like, and different features that I want to have, and then I think we'll be kind of building the temple sort of at the same time as the terrain, sort of building up the terrain and the temple, in prototyping different things for the temple, just sort of as I get inspiration for it. And at the same time as all of that, I'm going to be making gunship build log videos separately, because I'm still not done with that yet. I don't know how long it'll take to finish that mock, maybe 5 or 6 build log episodes, and I don't know yet how long this is going to take though. But so yeah, I'll be working on sort of 2 video series at the same time, and they'll be sort of taking place at the same time. But yeah, I'm excited to get a good start on this mock and get some really good progress on it, and hopefully we can lay down a lot of groundwork in this episode, and then see where it goes after this. Saw in that time lapse, I was sorting through some pick-a-brick that I got. I got one cup from the Lego store, and I got a whole bunch of cool stuff. I haven't really wanted to buy Lego in quite a while, but all the stuff on the pad wall recently has just been too good to not get, especially just some white bricks, which I'm definitely in need of right now for a couple different projects, and I used all my white bricks over here. And then also they had some white plates. I thought they would have white 1x2 plates, but they didn't. I probably should have stocked more up on the white bricks and the white plates, but this is all I got. These light gray 1x plates are cool to get, and then all just this other stuff. This coral color, I don't know how well it's going to come up on camera in editing and stuff like that, but it's a really bright, cool looking color, and I have some coming in the mail that won't be here for a long time, but I'm excited to get that. That's going to be really cool. These, I think we might be able to use in this temple project. And then there's just some random, other stuff here. You guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. These pink flower things I think I might be able to use, because I have to build some pink trees for this project. Something that definitely surprised me to find at the Lego store were these 5x6 regular green leaves. I don't think they were necessarily supposed to be out on the pad wall. They were just mixed in with like some other stuff. And yeah, I took all of them, of course, and stacked them all up, and that's how I got them. That's how I stacked them up in the cup, at least. So yeah, there's actually a lot of cool pieces on the Lego store pick-a-brick wall these days. If you see those green leaves there, maybe let me know, because I'm kind of curious if those are part of like the actual catalog, or if those were just kind of like a random fluke. But otherwise, as you also saw in those time lapses, I got a good start on the terrain that we're going to be building. What we're making is basically like a set of islands. They aren't exactly islands, but they represent the divisions between the blocks of land, represent ravines, essentially. So below each section of terrain, there's these extensions of rock. This rock that like
the terrain level's flat on top, then the rocks extend down. In this case, 6 studs. And these all put together, I'm hoping are going to represent or they're going to look like ravines that sort of run through the planet's surface like veins. And I think that's going to be a really distinct and cool look. So that's what we're going for with this mock. So this right here, this big block with the rock on it already, is something that I made in a live stream a little while back. I built all the rocks on the live stream at least, which took quite a while. So it's going to take a super long time to build the rocks for these 3 islands. So I don't know if I'm going to do that necessarily really soon, because it's kind of just busy work, and I want to square away some of the much harder stuff that we have to actually design, like the temple that's going to go on top of this terrain. But I basically just got to start on the surrounding terrain and the big base of plates that everything's going to go on. And I don't think I'm going to, when I say surrounding terrain, I basically just mean the first 2 levels, because the terrain's kind of going to, bubble up, I guess, because it's like an island. It's going to plateau at the top, but it has to arc up towards that. So I did the first 2 levels of that, so that we have a total shape of what the island's area is going to be, and then now we can go in and start kind of marking out the foundations of the temple that we're going to do, and figure out how much area that's going to take up and how it's going to be supported and stuff like that. I have some drawings of kind of how I think I want it to look, and some ideas, but nothing that I love completely, and also just nothing set in stone yet. So that's basically what we're going to try and figure out how we're going to do now, is maybe some temple foundations.
So one more thing that I wanted to mention is this 1-to-1 scale, just drawn out map that I made of the entire mock. So it shows the outlines of the islands, and even the outlines of the different colors and stuff like that, so that the colors would be balanced and stuff in the end. I know there are some people out there that just kind of like to wing it as they build and just go with the flow and stuff like that. That doesn't really work for me. I like to visualize it beforehand and make sure that it's going to work out exactly how I want, rather than just leaving it up in my head and stuff like that. But with this, I was also able to plan out some of the temple stuff that's going to be going here, so that I knew it would all fit right on those islands over there. But yeah, so that's my suggestion, is these 1-to-1 scale diagrams and maps of the things that you're building are really, really helpful. I'm going to try and do this sort of rock looking technique here, these stacked boulders for the bottom of the temple. I think it's going to be a nice transition from the terrain to have just a neutral rocky base, and then into the patterns and the geometric sort of designs of the temple. I think if we put patterns in this bottom section here, they would really conflict with the patterns that we see up in the temple above that. So this is basically going to serve as a foundation here. This yellow thing that I made here, this bright light orange, I think is this color, it kind of represents sort of the blueprint layout that we're going to go for roughly. So this is the section that I've already started working on, and then I want to have something that traverses the ravine. I was hoping to take more advantage of the landscape elements, like the ravines, and put it into the architecture somehow, but I don't think I'm going to be able to really do that as much as I wanted, but we'll at least be able to do it a little bit. And then basically this area over here is going to be room for the gunship that I'm of course working on, which is going to be flying and all that stuff, and shooting a huge jet of flames into the temple. So that's pretty sad for the residents of the temple and stuff like that, but I think it's going to be a really, really powerful image that we're looking at. This rock technique is pretty heavily inspired by Norlego's Golden Hall of Meduseld, or I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't know Lord of the Rings that much, but I would highly recommend you check out that mock and stuff, and you'll definitely see some really strong similarities between that and this. But I think that was a really cool looking pattern and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and work it into this mock here. Alright, and that's where I'm going to bring this build log to a close. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I figured for the people that stuck around, I would give a little bit extra information. This is for a Rebelug collaboration called the Laceropes mission, coming out June 22nd, which is going to be really exciting. It's also going to be shown at Brickworld Chicago. Everything's going to be there. So mark your calendars, June 22nd, that's the big day, and yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait. This is a totally original story, original project. It's going to be super exciting. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next build log, whatever that's going to be. I'm probably going to go back to working on the gunship to get some more progress done on that. But yeah, we're going to have to really grind on this mock to get it done before mid-June when Brickworld Chicago is. So I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that is.